Hello, everybody. Is this working? You guys, is this working? Say hello if you're here. Oh my gosh. Living out my gamer dreams here. Stand by. Do a quick check. Is this working? Oh my gosh. Hello. Hi, Katrina. Oh my gosh, this is working. Okay. I'm so excited. Hello, everybody. Welcome. How fun. Guys, I have work to do. Okay. So just a little bit of context. So for those of you who don't know, I'm Dawn. I'm the product education manager here at Flodesk. I've been here for almost 2 years. Love every minute of what I do here at Flodesk. It's truly the best. But I also have my own small business and my own Flodesk account. And I've been so busy, doing Flodesk things that I haven't exactly done it in my own account. So today I'm going to do one of those things with you. And let us know if you like this style. Let us know if this is helpful to you because I have a lot of other work that I need to do in my own business. So I'm going to go ahead and dive in. I'm going to be watching the chat over here. Oh, yes. Love it. So exciting, guys. This is like so fun. Okay, so our game plan. Here's what we're going to do today. Okay. Again, I have my Flodesk account. This is for my business, Tech Savvy Creative. If you're not a subscriber, I would love for you to subscribe. I plan on relaunching my newsletter here in the next month or so, at least by 2026, but we're all busy. I get it, guys. But one of the things that I need to do is I need to connect my ThriveCart account to my Flodesk account. And in the past, I've been using a third-party tool to connect them, and I've already disabled all of those automations, and it's time to get some work done. I need to go connect that direct integration that we've all been waiting for so anxiously, and I'm going to dive right in. So I have 2 windows here. Thumbs up if you guys can see them. Yeah, Katrina, same. It's just a lot going on. But I have my ThriveCart account is pulled up. And guys, I've been a ThriveCart user since before Flodesk was around. I have used ThriveCart for a very long time. So I was very excited for this integration here. But I have my products right here in ThriveCart. Not too many of them. A lot of them I don't even offer anymore, but I'm going to connect them just so they're ready to go in case I decide to relaunch them. And then I have my own Flodesk account here. So the first thing I want to do is I want to set up some automations on the ThriveCart side. Okay. Now in ThriveCart, when you connect your integration, what you're going to do is you're going to come up here to this little icon thing and then click on integrations. And then you're going to choose Flodesk and you're going to add the Flodesk integration. You're going to connect. You're going to get all of those settings ready to go. And then you're good to go on the ThriveCart side. Okay. This integration is a little bit different because we have 2 sides of the integration. We have the ThriveCart sync, and then we also have the abandoned cart on the Flodesk side. So this first piece though, we're going to do it on the ThriveCart side. Okay. So jumping back in here, I'm going to go to my products. We're just going to start at the top, and I have done, I think 1 or 2 of these for a demo. So we'll get there. I don't remember which ones I did, but we'll get there when we get there. I'm going to click on edit. And then I'm going to come over here to automation. So this is for my course. Yeah, this one's not really done. I'm going to go ahead and remove that. This is for my course ClickUp 101, which I've had thousands of people go through. It's very due for an update. But I'm going to go ahead and start here. So what I did is I went to the product itself and then I clicked on the automation tab. Okay. Now we're already integrated with Flodesk in the ThriveCart integration settings. So we'll click on the automation tab and then I'm going to add a rule. So when the product is purchased, use Flodesk and then add them to this segment. So I should have a segment in here. I have like a method, and you can see all of my segments here. I have a method that I like to use for my segments where I use like an all caps word to name like what it is, and then I like describe it. So I have like purchased, you see that? So all of these different segments are for purchased and then what they purchased. Okay, that's how I organize my segments personally. I want them to be added to purchased ClickUp 101. Just like that. And then click save. There we go. Now, if somebody buys that product, I can automatically send them over to Flodesk. So that should be good to go. Now, on my checkout pages in ThriveCart, I also have a checkbox, and it says, keep me up to date for any new products that you launch in your shop. So when somebody, oh, Hannah, thank you. Yes, I'm a little OCD, and guys, you'll laugh at me, but today I got into a Slack channel and I was like, okay, who do I have to bribe to let me have more colors in Flodesk segments? And so I was trying to sweet talk some of our product managers to get those. So, so hopefully soon, fingers crossed, because I would love some more colors. Okay, anyway, so I have that checkbox in my checkout pages on ThriveCart. I want to, if they check that box, I want to add them to a segment that tells me that they are interested in shop updates. So I'm going to add another rule. I'm going to use the main product as purchased, use Flodesk, and I'm going to go to this drop down when the custom checkbox is ticked. So when somebody checks that box, I want to add them to the segment. I believe it's called interested in shop updates. There we go. Save. Cool. Yes. Yes to more colors. Love it. Okay. Now, something else that I was thinking about, I'm going to go ahead and save this and let that process here for a second. Something else that I was thinking about is I think it would be really nice to have a segment that's like a catch-all for anybody who's bought any type of course. Not just ClickUp 101, but I have 3 or 4 courses. So I think I want to do a catch-all segment. So I'm going to come over here to Flodesk, and I'm going to go to my audience tab and I click on segments. So here are my segments, and I'm going to create a new segment. I'm going to use the same colors, and I say purchased course. This just tells me that these people have bought a course at some point in time. Now I can come over here to save. Now I'm also going to be very careful and not do things live that show all of my subscribers. But what I would do when I'm not on live is I'm going to go to my all subscribers tab, go to my filter, and say, show me anybody who is in these segments. And they're the segments that are my courses, that have purchased my courses. I'm going to take those subscribers, select all, and then add them to this purchased course. Again, this is just kind of like my umbrella segment. And sneak peek, guys, we are working on what we're calling smart segments. I don't even know if that's their official name, but you can generate segments that will do this for you. So this will be a thing of the past, hopefully here soon. But for the meantime, I want to go ahead and create that umbrella segment. I'm going to come back over here. Let's see how quickly this updates. Come back here to my products, edit, automation. I'm going to add one more rule. When the main product is purchased, Flodesk, add them to this segment. Let's see if it's here already. Purchased course. Bam. Okay. So because this is a course product, I want to also add them to what I'm calling the umbrella segment of course. Here we go. Let that load. Beautiful. All right. Let's test it, right? So I like to create a coupon that zeroes out. This is a great way to test. So I have that coupon zeroed out right there. And let's test it out. So I'm going to say live test is the name. Did you guys know you could create email aliases by adding a plus sign to your email? So if I do Dawn plus live test, it'll still send it to dawn@flodesk.com, but it will be seen as a new email. So if you ever need to test things multiple times, and sometimes using the same email over and over again can be really weird, you just add a plus sign and then put whatever you want there, and it'll create an alias. Very cool. There's my checkbox. Please keep me up to date when Tech Savvy releases new products and offers. I'm going to check that. Oh, got to provide my state. I live in Texas. Anybody here from Texas? Hello. Yes, you can add them to more than one segment. So I'm going to give that a try. Perfect. Okay. Complete order. So in theory, assuming this works, we're going to find out. I'm going to complete this purchase. because we had the purchase, it should go into purchased, ClickUp 101. It should go into purchased courses. That's my umbrella segment. And it should also go into the interested in shop updates segment. Okay, gonna come back over here to my audience segments. I'm gonna search. Oh. Magic. I love it. It's so fun. I can click on this person. This is a new user. Oh, it even said it came from ThriveCart. That's part of the automation that we have connected through the Flodesk side. But yep, okay. So we're good to go. It's working. Yeah, and also I don't know if I trust my internet connection, Katrina. Perfect. Okay, so it's working. So now I feel good. I feel comfortable about all of this. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and do this for the rest of my ThriveCart products. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Are you guys working on this too? Have we all done this already? Is this on your to-do list as well? Yeah, I was on that ThriveCart webinar this week and it was so fun. That team is so sweet. Jackson is just a joy to talk to and work with. But as I was like watching that or like doing the webinar, I was like, I really need to do this. All right, let's go back up like a boss. Come in here, go to automation. Okay, I'm going to remove all of these because these were all for testing purposes. Fun part about working in software is we test a lot and it's always a good thing. Okay, back up like a boss. Main product is purchased. Flodesk, add them to this segment. Do I don't know if I ever actually launched this product. Nope, I didn't. So I'm going to close this. We're going to create that segment. Like a boss. This was a course about backing up your files. I launched its parent course called Fearless File Management for Photographers like, oh my gosh, 4 years ago. It's been a long time. Okay, I'm going to clear that out. Add rule. Main product is purchased. Custom Flodesk. Add them to this segment. I might have to refresh. Oh, that was fast. Okay, cool. Back up like a boss. I'm going to do the same thing here. If the custom checkbox is ticked, add them to the Flodesk segment. Interested in shop updates. And then I'm going to add them. This is a course. The main product is purchased. Then also add them to the purchased course. There we go. Save and get URL. So Katrina said, when I finally get my ThriveCart on the Flodesk side, there's already a segment already for source ThriveCart. Yes. It's actually your ThriveCart URL by default. So mine's like, I have a subdomain for ThriveCart. So it's app.techsavvycreative.com. So that's the segment that will show up automatically when you connect ThriveCart on the Flodesk side. I just renamed that segment to source ThriveCart because anything coming through there is going to go into that segment. So that's just how I had named it. Okay. Now, I recommend everybody test each one of these products to make sure that it's working as planned. So please do that. But for the sake of time here, I'm not going to test. We tested that first one. All right. Moving on to the next one. Zapier Essentials. Add rule. Main products purchased. Flodesk. Cool. Add them to the segment. Purchased Zapier Essentials. Add rule. Main product is purchased. Add them to the segment. We're going to add them to the purchased course. Add rule. Checkbox is ticked. Add them to interested shop updates. Save. Yes, Katrina, one less segment you have to create. It's awesome. I've seen that with a lot of our e-commerce integrations is that it will generate that. So it automatically has a place, but you can rename it. Very cool. Okay, so couple down, guys. Couple down. Perfect. All right, let's keep going. I'm excited to do the abandoned cart workflow on the Flodesk side. Okay, so I made the product. This one is a workbook. Tech tools and time management workbook. I'm going to come back over here to segments because I do not have an umbrella segment for purchased. I'm going to say digital download. I wonder if emojis will work. Can I do an emoji? Does anybody use emojis in there? Here we go. Let's try an umbrella. Let's see what happens. Let's see if I break it. I'm going to go ahead and refresh. I can just see the product team being like, no. I'm sure it'll work fine. So Katrina asked, how do you deliver your digital products? Do you set up a workflow in Flodesk? That is a great question, Katrina, and I will answer that here very shortly. So let's go ahead and do this one, and I'll show you how exactly I do that. So tech tools and time management workbook, I'm going to add them to Flodesk, add them to the segment, purchased, tech tools and time management, save, add rule, main products purchase, add them to the segment. There's my... It does work, guys. Emojis do work. Okay, cool. Digital download, and then main products purchase, custom tech boxes ticked, add them to the segment. Interested in shop updates. Save. Beautiful. Hi, Nat. Oh my gosh, I love emojis too. I've always like, I don't know, I've had like really old and outdated file naming strategies in my head because there used to be a time when like spaces were bad. So the idea of like putting emojis in files is still pretty new to me, but I'm trying to get there. I'm getting there. And GIFs. Oh my gosh, love it. Everybody say hi to Nat. Okay, so Katrina, to answer your question, now this is, I want to make sure that we spend some time talking about this because there's like two sides to this, okay? Now, in the email world, there is what's called a transactional email and there's what's called a marketing email. Flodesk is an email marketing platform. We send marketing emails. Now, with abandoned cart workflows, we have introduced for the first time a transactional email, okay? A transactional email is something like a receipt or something that does not require you to be a subscriber to receive. However, marketing emails do require you to be a subscriber, okay? So all that to say, there is a world where if somebody is not opted in to Flodesk and you're trying to deliver a product through Flodesk, you're not going to be able to because it's a marketing email, right? Unless they've given you consent that you can't email them. Now, this ThriveCart integration, when we set up on this side of ThriveCart, the automation, it will send them over to Flodesk as an active subscriber if they make the purchase, okay? They have to make that purchase. That purchase is considered like consent that they have consented to participate in this process, right? Now, that's also a big reason why here, if I go to this product and like, because for some locations, like Europe, for example, in GDPR, like them purchasing something is not considered explicit consent. So what I can do is I can like come in here to this piece right here and I can say only run this outside of Europe. So I'm not sending somebody over to Flodesk as a subscriber if they're in Europe. Okay, that's why that option is there. Now, every location, every business is different. So at Flodesk, like we didn't want to be making that decision for you. We want you to be responsible for that decision. So make sure you're doing what you need to do to be compliant in your location. But when you set it up on this side, this will send the subscriber over as an active subscriber. That in turn will trigger or put them into a segment and can trigger a workflow. Okay. So when somebody gets added to that digital download or the task management PDF, I have a workflow in here. Task. Nope. PDF. Nope. What did I name it? Stand by. What did I name it? Guys, I have so many workflows. I might have pulled it down because I don't have this product anymore. Yep, I pulled it down because I don't have that product anymore. So how this works is like, let me pull up one of these. They get added to that segment. So they would get added to purchased, that download name, and then that segment would trigger this workflow. Maybe when my internet's working. There we go. So that segment, it would trigger this workflow, and then I would send it that way. So again, but this only happens if they come over as an active subscriber. If they are already unsubscribed, like if they were on your list and they unsubscribed, at this time, an integration will not resubscribe them, okay? That's also why it's important to make sure, like, when you check out on ThriveCart, like that little like download box, like you want to make sure that like you're using like the ThriveCart settings to also send them the download so they can receive it on that like confirmation page, or you're sending them to another page that they can do that as well. Just funny little nuances with each of these integrations for sure. Watching the chat. Cool. Okay, we'll come back to that here in a second. Okay. All right. Nope, not coupons. We did this one. Edit. And like I mentioned, guys, I don't even offer these anymore, but they're in here, so I'm going to use them. Okay. Main product is purchased. Flodesk. Add them to this segment. This one. Wait, what product is this? Getting started with task management tools. I don't offer the segment. I just want any more either. Oh, task management PDF. Just a different name. Add rule. Main product is purchase. Add them to the umbrella segment. Add rule. If the checkbox is ticked, add them to the interested in shop updates. There we go. Hello, everybody. If you're tuning in, say hi. Tell me where you're talking from. Tell me where you're tuning in from. Cool. Okay. Here we go. Let's see. Fearless file management. I'm going to come in here. This is my big one. Go to automation. Add rule. When the made product is purchased, Flodesk. Add them to this segment. I should have one for fearless file management. There we go. Save. Add rule. Main product is purchased. Add them to segment. This one is a course. Add rule. If they check the box, add them to interested in shop updates. Perfect. Yes. Yes, Katrina, I do. Now, so I do attempt to deliver my paid and my paid products. The courses are different because like you can't, like that course link. I send like a generic link where they can sign in, but like ThriveCart will send them a specific link to like the ThriveCart Learn platform. But yes, I send them, I attempt to deliver the digital product through Flodesk. And if they are brought over as an active subscriber, assuming that they have not unsubscribed at any point in time, they will receive it through Flodesk. But I also want to make sure that they can receive that through like the ThriveCart receipt and also like that page that pops up after they purchase the item. Hello, welcome. In regards to consent, my custom field on ThriveCart sales page has the custom field to ask if they want to sign up. Yes, correct. That's it. So that custom field that we're talking about, Katrina, should trigger the purchase follow-up workflows, which we're going to talk about next on the Flodesk side. Hi, Lauren. Everybody say hello to Lauren. Lauren is our magician behind the Flodesk emails. She's amazing. Incredible. Okay. All right. Okay, so we got one more. I think this is the one that I did in the ThriveCart demo. So I'm going to come in here and make sure it's good. I'm going to come over here, automation, interested. Okay, when the checkbox is ticked, add them to the segment, shop updates. on purchase, add them to the segment, organize your digital life. I'm going to add the umbrella segment when the main product is purchased, digital download. There we go. Save and get URL. Yeah, I'm really excited for some automated segments that we're talking about here. It'll be really fun. I'm looking forward to some automated segments. I know the team is evaluating that and seeing how we can make that come to life. Our product team, guys, is just incredible. They are so good. Okay. Looking good, guys. So I am pretty much done on the ThriveCart side at this point. Okay, so I have gone through all of my products. I've done this individually. And the nice thing about this is you can change how this works for each of these products, right? So I can have specific segments. I can do the different umbrella segments. I can have, like, the checkbox can say different things on each of these if I want them to. I keep things consistent just because it's easy. But that gets me all set and ready to go. And ideally, I'm set. Please test all of these. What I say at Tech Savvy is please do not make your clients the testers. You are the tester. Go test these. We already tested one of them. If you're not sure how to test it in ThriveCart, what I recommend doing is going to the coupons and making a 100% coupon that you can use. So you can go through the checkout process, zero out the amount, and then experience what your client will experience through that process. Okay, so now we are done on the ThriveCart side. Now I'm going to come over here. My audience should look pretty good. So I have all of my segments here. You guys can see I have 117 segments currently, looking good. But now what I want to do is I want to create my abandoned cart workflow on the Flodesk side. So the first thing I need to do is come over here to my settings, go to integrations. Now we need to connect ThriveCart on the Flodesk side, okay? And again, every integration is different. So whenever we build these integrations, it's always unique because every team on the other side is different, okay? Sometimes they have more advanced features, or they have more to offer in their API, or they have whatever it might be. Everybody's a little bit different. So every integration is unique. The ThriveCart integration is unique because they have stuff they can do on their side, and we have stuff we can do on our side, okay? So what we're talking about today does apply to, like, Wix and Squarespace in some ways, but not always. For example, Squarespace does not have a trigger for abandoned cart. But if you make a purchase in Squarespace, you're able to sync over your customers here. Anyway, I digress. You're going to go ahead and come to this integration tab. You're going to go ahead and click connect if you already haven't. And then you'll see here that it will say connected. Just make sure that's toggled on. It shows the URL for my ThriveCart page right there, ready to go. And like we talked about earlier, it will automatically generate that segment for you. Okay. There we go. Now I'm going to come over here to workflows, and then I'm going to start a new workflow. And we have two new workflow types. We have abandoned cart workflows and purchase follow-up workflows. For this example, I'm going to do abandoned cart. Now, there's a couple of templates here. I'm going to go ahead. I don't know. Lauren, which one should I pick? I'm just going to go with the pink one. I'm going to go ahead and choose one of these abandoned cart templates. They're all very similar to each other, but we'll go ahead and start building from here. I want to start with my trigger, okay? Now, because I have connected the integration, I am able to choose ThriveCart from my storefront, okay? This also works for Shopify or Wix or your Flodesk checkout. So if I'm selling from Flodesk checkout, I can have an abandoned cart workflow for Flodesk checkouts. I can also have one for ThriveCart. I can have a separate one for Shopify and for Wix, okay? Now, an abandoned cart workflow is not unique to a product. It is the same email for everything in that shop. Okay, so keep that in mind when you're building these. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the ThriveCart store. It does give you a message to disable abandoned cart here. Now, one thing I do want to call out, if I go in here to ThriveCart and edit, in the automation settings of ThriveCart over here, there is a rule that the cart is abandoned. This will do nothing. this will not work for this integration. And we did that intentionally because we want to make sure it's done on the Flodesk side. Okay. So if you try to set up an abandoned cart workflow on the ThriveCart side, it will not work. Okay. Abandoned cart workflows for ThriveCart only work when you trigger it through a Flodesk workflow. Awesome. Okay. So abandoned cart begins when someone abandons a cart on any of my ThriveCart shops. Okay. Now keep in mind that we have to have information from them. So at some point in time, we've had to collect an email from them, or they have started the checkout process and maybe haven't clicked buy yet. That's how we get that information of like, hey, like this is their email address. We're going to send it to them. And there we go. I'm going to have a time delay of 1 hour. So this is just the recommended amount. Like you don't want to say like, hey, you forgot your cart, like, 2 minutes after they forgot their cart. But we live in a world where like we get distracted. Like how many tabs do you guys have open? I'm sure it's a lot. We get distracted. Things happen. The dog, comes in. I don't know. Like a lot of things happen. So this reminder is a nice reminder that like, hey, you haven't finished your checkout. So the 1 hour is a nice recommended delay. And then we have this email. Now, you can see here that unlike other Flodesk workflows, below this email, you'll see that it says subscribers and unconfirmed. When somebody comes over in this abandoned cart situation, they come over to Flodesk. If they are not already a subscriber, they will come over as an unconfirmed subscriber, okay? That means you can only send them transactional emails. You cannot send them marketing emails until they have confirmed their subscription. So if this happens to somebody who has subscribed in the past or who has confirmed their subscription, they will move down the subscriber side of this workflow. So this email right here at the top of an abandoned cart workflow is considered a transactional email. Okay? Yes. You guys in your tabs. So again, if you click on this first email of the abandoned cart workflow, you'll see this message. This is a transactional workflow. It's asking me what my sender is. You could add your subject line. Always add a preview text. Don't forget to snag these while you can. There we go. I'm going to click here and click edit. So I am a little picky with my emails. I have a vibe that I like. That's not what I meant to do. I'm going to click on this guy, close it up just a little bit. There we go. Now, a transactional email, because this is not a standard marketing email, you will see that I can't add things that I normally add to a Flodesk email. Like my plus sign is missing. Okay? Like I can't do that. And the reason is because in order to keep this a transactional email, you can't put things that you would put on a marketing email. Like it's not in compliance. So we want to make sure that we are only adding, you're not going to make sure. Flodesk doesn't let you add other things to these transactional emails. It's very limited. But that's all to keep you within regulation. I have a logo block, accessibility. I'm going to say tech savvy creative logo. Please, everybody, make sure you are updating your alt text in every block that is not a text block. Now, this is a layout block. See if I can hover over that. It says layout right there. That means if it's a layout block, it is using typically a custom font. Layout blocks will be rendered into an image on send. Okay, keep that in mind. Layout blocks will be rendered into an image on send. That's how we are able to use your custom fonts. So I want to come in here. I want to use my header. Again, I'm going to change my color here. I'm going to click on the background. I'm going to change my canvas color to my tan. I'm going to change my background color to my deeper tan. This is like my normal email vibes. Font color, we'll go black. Link color, go like this dark red, just so it pops a little bit. Okay. Did you forget something? Okay, cool. I'm going to come here. Okay, sorry. This is a layout block. The reason why I wanted to call that out is because I want to come over here to the block settings and make sure I'm adding my alt text. That is so important. Did you forget? So I'm just going to add what it says since it's just text. That way, if somebody's using a screen reader or any accessibility tools, or the image doesn't load, it can show what was supposed to be there. All right, I have another layout block here. I'm going to do the same. Do I have a save style? Yeah. I love me some pop-ins, guys. Let's see if this fits in my alt text block. Accessibility. It does. There we go. Okay. So now you can see here that I have this block, okay? I can't customize it, okay? This one, I can change the shape of it. I can change like the text and all of that good stuff. I'm going to go to pop-ins. We're going to go medium. Get rid of that pink. That's better. We're going to go bigger too. Quantity. Now, this block is the abandoned cart block. Now, this block itself is actually going to be populated by the integration. You do not have control of what this looks like when the information is brought over. But what it's going to essentially bring over is the title of my ThriveCart product, the quantity, the price, if it's available, and the images, if it's available. If I remember correctly, ThriveCart does not actually bring over the image. That's like part of their like API limitation. But whatever you abandon on whatever store you abandoned, it will populate here automatically. If you have a storefront like Shopify that allows you to have multi-products at the same time, those multiple products will show up here as well. So here, you can see that right here, I can have like a max number of products. So if I am running something on Shopify and they have 10 items in their cart, I might not want to put all 10 items in this cart, but you can choose your limit. I'm just going to choose one. I can turn on or off the price. I can change the size right here. And to access these settings, I clicked on the background. I can just have the button if I don't want the actual product to be brought in. And I can also change the background color of this if I wanted to. There we go. I'm going to adjust this button. Click on the button. I should have some saved buttons. I don't know if I like that. We're going to go to the blue button. Font. Go to pop-ins. There we go. Block. Okay, looking good. Just checking all of that. All right. Cool. Now, this return to cart will automatically link you back to the product. Okay, so it'll take you back to ThriveCart, that product page. If you're using Shopify, it'll take you back to your Shopify cart with all of your items in it. So it'll take you back. Every integration again is different. Okay, so but for ThriveCart in particular, it'll take you back to that ThriveCart product. Okay, I'm going to come in here. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. That logo is really important for visibility for visibility reasons. You want to make sure that your email says what it's expecting. Like if you're sending from Tech Savvy Creative, make sure the Tech Savvy Creative branding is there. That's really important. Tech Savvy Creative logo. Okay, come down here. I just like making things very, like a lot of contrast. Font color, black. Okay, my links are there. Awesome. Okay, I like it. I'm very happy with this. Okay, checking on the chat. Looking good. Yes, guys, we have a lot of tabs. All right, finish. Okay, so there's my transactional email that goes out after somebody bans its cart. Then this workflow says, okay, is this person already a subscriber or are they unconfirmed? If they are unconfirmed, which means that they have not opted into my marketing emails, they will simply exit the workflow. I legally cannot continue to email them because I do not have consent to email them, okay? But if they are a subscriber, I can send them some more information, okay? So I have a time delay for another hour, and then I can come in here. And then now you can see here that this email, do you see I have my plus sign back? Okay, so I could add different blocks. The reason is because this is no longer a transactional email. The second email in this process is a marketing email, and I'm able to customize it because anybody who's receiving this has given me marketing consent at some point in time. So now I can come in here and like do all my fancy things. Like I have this cool little bar. I'm going to come over here, my canvas color. Y'all, I've been doing this for a long time. I just kind of have my vibe. I'm going to make my link color the red, font color black. Okay. I already have a logo in my favorites. That should be good to go. There it is with the right padding and size. There we go. No pressure. It's like oops. There you go. I hate like watching or when people watch me type. This is also intimidating. Awesome. Okay. So I'm going to come in here. Oops. Choose style, black header. How about a coupon? Use, why aren't we deleting? There we go. Use the code, we'll just say Flodesk for 15% off your order. Does anybody just intentionally abandon a cart to see if you get a coupon? Is it just me? I definitely do that. Okay, I got a notification that product images and price are unavailable for ThriveCart triggers. So again, that's a limitation on the ThriveCart side. When they send over that information to us, they tell us what's available to them. And so there's a notification here that says like, this is what I can and can't send. So for this one, I might actually just do the button only. I don't need the whole thing. Return to cart. You do too? Hi, Nicole. Yep, definitely. And Lauren, I'm pretty sure like I didn't start doing that though until I started working here and like learning like how abandoned carts work and building my own abandoned cart. Now I definitely intentionally abandon carts to see if I get a good deal. Okay, so I'm going to come in here. I actually don't need this one. So you can see here, this is a marketing email. Okay, so I want to make sure that I am taking advantage of these. You'll love this too. Ooh, what do I want to do here? Black. Let's go the yellow. Tech savvy yellow. I'm going to make the background. I'm going to add another spacer. Guys, I love a good spacer block. Perfect. No, I don't think I want it to say anything. So here is an e-commerce block. I can add images here. I can offer like other products, things like that. Now, here's something that I can do. Okay. So like, let's say, for example, I want to offer like a link to my course, Fearless File Management for Photographers. Okay. I'm just going to use Unsplash for a quick example. I'm going to say camera. We're going to click create a, oh, perfect. Look, it's a hard drive and a laptop. Like it was meant for me. So I can say, whoops, Fearless File Management for Photographers. All right, we're going to adjust all of the styling here. Whoa, that's not what I wanted. Better. Title case, spacing, letter spacing. Better. Anyway, catch my drift. Okay. So I'm coming in here. I'm going to change my, we'll say $1.99. This will link, I will link it to my ThriveCart URL for Fearless File. Okay. I guess I can just go do that. I already have it open. Product, Fearless File Management, get URL. There we go. Okay. So there we go. Just like that. Add the button. Buy. So I'm going to like build this all out. I'm actually going to do one product. Whoa, that got really big. Did you guys know you could do this? You guys, I learned this last week. I have literally been on this tool since the day that they launched. And I just learned that I can move that around last week. I'm going to come in here. There we go. I'm also like deciding how I want this to look on the fly here. So please know that the struggle is real. Okay. Much better. Yeah, I literally did not know that, Katrina, until last week. I saw somebody else do it. I think it was Aaron from MX. And I was like, wait, what? Okay. It has to be on a layout block, Nicole. It can't just be a regular image block, I believe. It has to be like a layout block that has like a frame on it. All right. Anyway, getting distracted here. Okay. So let's say I have this. Okay. Now, if for some reason they're not a photographer or they have already purchased the course, I can come in here and add the like condition, move steps to yes branch that like, okay, if a subscriber is in the segment photographer, trade photographer, because I segment my audience based off of what they do. It's really important to what I teach and what I offer. So I can say like, if they are a photographer, send them this message that offers the photography course. Okay. Like that's really important. Like I don't want to send a photographer or somebody that's not a photographer a photography course because that's like a very quick way to ensure that they don't engage with me, right? I want to make sure that if I know who they are, that I'm sending them relevant content. Now, one thing I can do, I don't know if you guys knew this, if I go to edit here again, I'm designing this email, I can favorite this email and I can say, we'll say abandoned cart follow-up. Save, finish. Then I can come over here to this plus sign. I'm going to add an email. I'm going to duplicate an existing email. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Create a new email. I'm going to come over here to my favorites. And here it is. Bam. Don't have to do that twice. I'm all about working smarter, not harder. So now remember, guys, so I'm going to click finish here real quick. So my workflow is saying, okay, wait 1 hour. And then it says, okay, is this person a photographer? Yes, send them. How about a coupon? Also with an offer to my photography course. But if they are not a photographer, I still want to send them a coupon, but I don't want to send them the photography course. Maybe I want to send them something about file management that's relevant to them. So I'm going to say files, come in here. Sure. This looks fancy. Cool. I don't know. And then I can say like, organize your digital life ebook and then send them to that product instead. Nope, not coupons. Get URL, copy, buy now, link. There we go. It's all about getting the right message to the right person at the right time. Okay. So again, I'm looking at my audience. I'm saying, okay, is this person a photographer? Yes. Send them the offer about photography. Are they not a photographer? Then no, send them this offer, but include something that's not about photography. I can even take this another step. I can make this workflow as complex as I want to, but I can come in here and add another condition and be like, I'm going to move that to the no branch. I'm going to be like, okay, well, check if this person is in the segment purchased Fearless File Management for Photography. So now I can check to see if they've already bought that course. And if they have, I can offer them something different. Because again, get the right message to the right person, right? Has anybody ever gotten like a sales message or something that's like, you should buy this? And you're like, dude, I bought that 3 hours ago. Like, that's really annoying. We don't want to do that to our users. We don't want to do that to our subscribers. We really want to build that relationship with them. So this is how you can do that in workflows. We're using our segmentation. We are using this automated workflow to help do the work for us. Okay? We following? Cool. So just for this example, I'm going to say that they end. I can wait another 2 days, but I'm just going to go ahead and finish this off. So let's take a look from a bird's eye view here. I'm going to go ahead and publish this real quick. Publish, make it live. Abandoned cart, we're going to preview it. Okay, so let's go through this together, okay? We are going to start when somebody abandons a cart on ThriveCart. Okay. We're going to wait 1 hour, and then we're going to send them a transactional email that says, okay, did you forget something? Like finish what you carted. Okay. If they are a subscriber, we're going to move them on to the rest of the workflow. If they are an unconfirmed subscriber, they're simply going to exit because we do not have marketing consent to send them marketing emails. Okay. After an hour, it's going to check to see if the subscriber is in the photography segment. Okay. So it's going to check to see if they're in the photography segment. If they are in the photography segment, it's going to check to see if they already have the photography course. If they do, for example, they're just going to drop out of the workflow. Ideally, what I'll do is I'll actually create this one without the offer. Actually, guys, let's just do it. Pause my workflow. Come over here, add the email, create new email. I made it a favorite. View details, customize it. I'm just going to remove this section. There we go. Boom. Bada bing, bada boom. All right. If they already have purchased the photography course, they're going to come over here. I'm going to make sure to update this. I don't want the subject to be abandoned cart follow-up. That would super awkward. I'll say, how about a coupon? Don't miss special offer. Like that. Okay. If they are a photographer and they have not bought my course, they're going to get the coupon also with the offer to buy the photography course. If they are not a photographer, which is this first piece up here, they're simply going to be offered the coupon, not with the subject line abandoned cart follow-up. We're gonna don't miss this offer. And with something generic underneath it. If I want to take this a step further, I could add that condition here to make sure that I have not already sold them that generic product there. But again, we're almost at an hour here, so I'm not going to do that for this example, but I will probably come back here and add that. And then click publish. There we go. And then guys, please name your stuff. Okay. So I'm going to say, abandoned cart, ThriveCart. Please name your emails, name your segments the way you want to, name your forms, name your workflows. That makes your analytics far easier to read. Very cool. Now I'm going to touch on purchase follow-up workflows really quick, just to kind of give you an idea for how these work. Now, internally, giving you some context. So when we were building these out with the product team, we wanted to make sure that we really leaned into the purchase follow-up experience. Email marketing is all about relationship building. It's all about connecting with your audience, saying thank you, asking for testimonials, all of that. And that's exactly what a purchase follow-up email does. Now, same thing, very similar to the abandoned cart. You start with the trigger. You're going to choose the e-commerce trigger, makes a purchase, and then you'll be able to connect to your store. You'll also see the Squarespace integration is here as well. Squarespace is not available for abandoned cart. However, it is available for purchase follow-up. Now, all of these emails inside of this workflow are marketing emails. So the reason why I want to call that out is if they have not consented to be on your newsletter or whatever, you don't want this to be the only way they can receive their product, okay? Because it's a marketing email, they will only receive that product if they have given marketing consent. So think of these purchase follow-up emails more as relationship building for the people who have allowed you to email them. Think of something that's just like, hey, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Tell them about your business, connect with them, ask them or give them a coupon. You can ask them for a testimonial. Think of things that you would do to nurture the experience after they have purchased with you. But these workflows are not intended to actually deliver the product. Again, because this only happens if somebody is has given marketing consent. We don't want to rely on that marketing for them to go through this workflow. So keep that in mind. Now, also something unique with a purchase follow-up workflow is that when you choose the store, you can actually create one of these for each of the products. Okay, so unlike abandoned cart where it's just like the whole store, everything is the same. In a purchase follow-up workflow, you can choose the product that this workflow applies to. So you can see here I have all of my different products that are here in ThriveCart. So I can go ahead and say like ClickUp 101. So this workflow will only trigger for that product. Now that is nice because what I can do is I can like in these emails share that product specific type language or advice or tips or recommendations. However, the downside to the individual thing is if they went and bought like 4 different products, it's very possible that they're going to get 4 different workflows if you have one of these workflows set up for each product. So if you're a business that very rarely makes sales, like you're not like a template shop where people are buying like more than one thing at a time, it's totally fine to like set up your purchase follow-up workflows to be unique to your product. But if you're somebody that is like consistently selling multiple things at the same time, you don't want all of these emails to trigger at the same time. So something like an any product type situation would be better for that type of store. So again, it all depends on what you guys are doing. So same thing applies here. You're going to build out that workflow. You can make it as complex or as simple as you want. But again, that trigger is coming in through the shop itself. When I'm ready to go, I click publish, publish now. Now, whenever somebody makes a ThriveCart purchase, so ThriveCart. Now, when somebody makes that purchase, that workflow will trigger. In a couple days, I will ask them for what they think. I will ask them or give them a coupon for the next time and continue nurturing that relationship. Okay, so we're coming up onto an hour, guys. That went by really fast. Maybe next time I'll have some email templates ready. I really wasn't sure how I was going to design those emails. But I'm really excited about this. Got that published and good to go. And I hope this was helpful for everybody. If you guys are still here in the chat, say hi. Let me know if you have any questions. But I am going to be signing off here shortly. And just some housekeeping items. Please let us know if this was something that was helpful to you. I am going to be sending out the replay, and there's also a survey inside of that replay email. I would love any feedback that you have if this is something that was helpful for you. If you prefer maybe more of a traditional style webinar or masterclass, but let me know what you think. I really enjoy chatting with you guys and hanging out with you guys. And if this is something you want to see more of, we can do it. Because, guys, I have a lot of ManyChat integrations to set up as well. And I also have some segment organizing that I need to do, as well as, evergreen workflow building. So lots of amazing opportunities for these Work With Me sessions. Not only does that let me connect with you, but it also lets me get some work done in my own business. So selfishly, really, really love that. Awesome. Well, thank you everybody for being here. If you're watching a replay, thank you for being here. Guys, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel if you're not already subscribed. We are posting tons of educational content as well as content from our incredible partners here each week. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. It was good hanging out with you guys. See you next time.